Hey, thanks for coming over. I'm glad you're here. It's good to see you. Today, I want to share with you my favorite video game console that's just recently come out. It's the coolest thing in the world. I just love this thing. I love PlayStation. PlayStation is the best. I used to play Genesis and Super Nintendo, but then the PlayStation came out, and it's basically all I play now. Why would I want to play some old, boring video games with 2D graphics? So I want to share with you what I love about the PlayStation. I also found some really cool game peripherals. One I haven't even taken out of the box yet. It's brand new. I've been told it's really rare, so I want to share that with you. So today I want to talk about all the stuff I just love about this thing. First off, look at the colors. The colors are sick. I wish I could look this cool. You push the little button. Oh, it eases open like a door in a sci-fi space movie. Listen to that. That's so cool. I really like that. Now, something that's really important that you need to keep in mind that the Genesis and the Super Nintendo did not have this is a little laser in there. Do not touch the laser. Do not touch the laser. Now, there is a little warning in here that says never touch the lens. Ne jamais toucher la lentille. So don't touch the lens. That's going to damage it. You don't want to get your Cheeto mittens getting fingerprints all over that. Now, I am going to show you how you can use a paperclip so that you can actually basically hack this system and you can play backup games that are burned. So I'll go over that in a little bit. But first, I love this design. Now, what I love most about this design are these really cool ridges along the side. They look so cool. And from the front, you can't actually see that they are air vents, that there's holes in there. Now, I've had a couple issues sometimes with games heating up while I've been playing them. Say, for example, you're playing Bust-A-Groove and you're dancing and you're getting all the combos in. But what's weird is that when the PlayStation heats up, the timing goes off on the game, and it's a rhythm game. And so what I do is I turn it sideways, and then I grab something cold from the freezer, like a pack of peas or a frozen steak or an ice pack. And then so I sort of lean that up against something like a Captain Crunch cereal box, and then I set the ice pack on here like that. But you want to just be careful that when condensation goes, and you don't want it going in those slots down there, and that cools down the system. And then I find that my games run better once it starts heating. It's not that big of a deal. Now, what's so cool about this one is that it has this cool serial I/O port. Genesis doesn't have that. Super Nintendo doesn't have that. So cool. One of my friends at school has a Saturn. I've played it a couple times. We played Astal. Really cool, but man, this game, oh, the 3D games on this are way better. So this time you have to buy extra stuff. It really sucks. I know. I mean, we never had to buy anything extra for the Genesis or the Super Nintendo, but you do have to buy something called a memory card. And then the memory card, if you want to save your game progress, it has to be put on the memory card. But then there's limited storage space on the memory card, so you have to keep buying more and more and more. But I just go and mow a couple lawns, and then that's money in the bank, and then I've got like 3 right now. I like to make a lot of duplicate saves for Final Fantasy VII in case I miss something. I can just load back a previous save. So that's one way to do it. So the console's so cool. Look, it's a square, and then there's like a rectangle shape, but then a circle. This is so, oh man, this is so sleek. This is so cool. I just love this. Look at this. Rad. I really like this. This is so cool. Again, I almost touched the lens one time, but I was very careful because I remember the little label. I love the controller, man. Whoa, the controller's the same color as the console. And look at that. These are different, so you might not be familiar with these. This is an X, square, circle, and triangle. We haven't had these on a video game controller before, but I really like these. And then this is crazy. Look at this. 4 shoulder buttons. I can't even imagine what games would need 4 shoulder buttons. But you know what? Like they're not that bad. They're pretty comfortable once you get used to them after a while. Like the Genesis doesn't even have shoulder buttons, and then the Super Nintendo has the 2, but 4. What are you going to use 4 shoulder buttons for? So this is the standard. This is the new standard of video game controllers. It's so comfortable to hold. You guys have to try this. I don't even know what they can do to improve on this, because I already feel like it's crowded with the extra shoulder buttons. I don't think there's anything else they can add to the video game controller to improve it and enhance it and make a new standard. You know, this is it. This is the pinnacle. It's so comfortable. You have to try this. I really like this. It's so cool. I'm going to share a couple peripherals with you first. But first, I'm going to show you how to hack this thing, right? So you can play burned games. Now, burning doesn't mean you're setting something on fire. Burning, so if your family has a computer, you can get CDs, you know, like what you listen to, but you can get blank ones from the Office Max, and then you can copy a PlayStation game, and then it's called burning. I don't know why it's called that. You can put it on a blank CD, and then you can have basically a backup of your game, but then if your friend has a game, he can make a copy, and then you can both have a copy. So my sister's boyfriend does make copies of his games for me. He's got 200 PlayStation games. Holy crap. So sometimes he'll let me borrow some of his PlayStation games. So I'm going to show you how you need to do that, because there is some sort of copy protection, right? What you need is a paper clip. And you're going to take the paper clip and you're going to bend it open. Now, again, do not touch that lens. You'll break your PlayStation. So there's a little button in here, right? Right there, there's a little button. And if you have a look, you see that when you close the lid, this little arm pushes down on the button. And if that's closed, if that's pushed, then the PlayStation will think that the lid is closed. Now, this is a method called swapping or hot swapping. So we're going to start out with a real PlayStation game, and then once it gets through the PlayStation boot logo where it makes the cool sound and it says PS on screen, you take the official real game off, and then you put your burned game on there. So I'll show you how that works now. You're going to grab that paperclip, and you'll see the paperclip can actually push down on that, right? So the paperclip can push down on the little button in there. Oh, it's a little hard to show you, right? See, so it's pushing down on there now. So all you have to do is just bend the paperclip so that it's sort of touching the top of the lid, you know? So let me see here. I'm gonna go like that. Don't touch the lens, right? Okay. All right. Right. So I see how it needs to bend. I just need to get there now. It's not an exact science, you know, it doesn't need to be super precise. I mean, you're not supposed to stick paper clips in your game consoles. Okay, see if I can show this to you here. I'll go like that. Oh, man, this is... Okay, so I'm just taking a look. So what I'm going to do now is open that up like that. Okay. There's the shape of my paper clip. All right, I'm going to put that in there. Okay, I'm going to bend that. Okay, so you see how I've sort of put that in there? So I've put the paperclip in there, and now it's pushing down on the little button back there. Again, make sure you don't touch the lens. So what you do now is you boot up your game. Boot up your game like that. So you start it up, you let it run the real game. Now when it gets through the boot logo, it's going to stop spinning for a split second. So once it stops spinning, you have to take that off. Be careful not to be too rough. You don't want to break the PlayStation. And then you grab your case with your burned games and you just find one that's really good here. So let's try and find a good game here. What do we got? Oh, you know what? I got this cool one. I've never heard of this. I think it's like a Dragon Ball. This is called JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. It's from Japan. I've never heard of it. I don't think they're going to bring it to America, but I think it's like a Dragon Ball or like a Sailor Moon. So I don't actually know what that is. I haven't played it yet. So you let that boot up. It's going to spin. It's going to boot up, and then it's going to stop for a split second. And then when that happens, you take the real game out, and then you put your backup game, your burn copy, and you set that in there. And then the PlayStation will actually recognize that, and it'll think it's a real game, and then you can play backups and you can play copies. So again, ask your sister's boyfriend. He's got a ton of games, and then you can just borrow them. You can ask him to make copies for you. Totally awesome. That's really cool. Now there's one thing you need to keep in mind, is that some games have multiple tracks. Like some games, you put them into a CD player and you can listen to the music. If your backup game has more tracks than the original game, then the music won't work. The PlayStation has to think there's a lot of tracks in there. So if you get an official game, you know, like Busted Groove has a lot of tracks, that's a good official game to use because it's going to make the PlayStation think there's heaps of tracks, so that if you play any other game, it's going to work properly. So I'm going to just take the paperclip out now. Once the game's booted up, you can take the paperclip out. You don't need it. Well, I mean, like, you can take it out and then close the lid officially. You know, so I'll take the paperclip out, I'll close it because I don't need that anymore. And I want to share some of my cool favorite controllers with you. These peripherals are so awesome, really neat. Okay, so my favorite one to use for like cool fishing games is this thing. Check this out. There's like a, you gotta kind of go like that to sort of set the line, and then you can spin it. This is really cool. It's like real fishing, except not even similar. And then there's like this, I don't even know what the heck you call this thing. This is, okay, this is a little bendy knob. This is a knob that you bend, and you can just sort of wiggle this knob. So this is called a bendy knob, and then you got your buttons here. But this is so cool. This is really great for fishing games. It's pretty comfortable to use. Really awesome. So this is neat. I really like this. There's this other weird one here. This is cool. Check this out. And then this, hold on. This is from Gamester. I don't know what else they do, but I like this so much. I'm never really sure how I'm supposed to. I think you can, yeah, it's sort of, you can wear it on either side, right? This is a motion sensor. You can play airplane games. You can play airplane games, and it's so cool. And there's a clear window on top. There's a microchip in there. If you sort of spin this around, like it spins in place, right? So I think you can sort of calibrate that for different things. Like maybe you don't want to hold your hand like that. Maybe you want to hold your hand like that. So you can sort of calibrate it like that. It has this second attachment part to it, which is really cool. This one has something. This has like a dish on the inside, which is really weird. It's got a little LCD screen on there, and things show up. You have R2, X, and square. I was just saying that 2 shoulder buttons feels crowded. Wow. 3 shoulder buttons feels crowded. But I can't imagine having 3 buttons on the back of the controller would ever be a standard. It's just, that would be weird. So this is cool. Neat. I've got one whole game that I can play using that controller. So cool. And then this thing, check this out. So this thing is like, you can have 2 hands on either side of the controller. You can do like Ace Combat games and airplane games, but you can also use it for any game. Any game you can use this. You know, there's a toggle mode. One says analog, and then the other says digital. I don't really get the difference because the PlayStation is all digital. It's a digital console. It's a video game. It's electronic. So I don't know what they mean by analog or digital. But this is so cool. And what I really like about this, like you have your thumb things, right? You have this really cool thing. So it feels like you're piloting an airplane. And then on either side, you have... Okay, that looks weird. It looks a little weird that there's only one thumb. Why didn't they put 2 on there? It looks weird. So you have your X button there, your circle button there, R1, L1, and then your triggers there. This is so cool. I used this to play Final Fantasy VII a little bit the other day, and I felt like I was piloting a tank. This is so neat. Now, I found this one at the shop. It's brand new. I've never seen one of these before. Oh, check this out first, though. Multi-tap. You can have 3 of your friends come around, and you can all play games together, hit some Gauntlet, or have 4 friends come around, and then have 1 friend pissed off that he has to watch everyone else play. Now, this is so cool. I don't even know what this is. The Devastator? The Quick Shot? Oh, man. This is... I've never seen one of these before. Now, I do need something to open this. And I do have a knife. I borrowed it. My grandpa's not home. I'm not supposed to go through his stuff. But I went through his drawer, and then I did borrow one of his knives. It was under... a couple of his magazines that they're weird. They all had pictures of like lumberjacks and firefighters. I don't really understand that. So I went under his magazine rack, and then I borrowed his knife here. This is really cool. Humvee Rescue. I better remember to put that back, or he might know that I went through his stuff. So this is super, whoa, this is really sharp. That's so cool. Okay. Wow. Wow, I've never seen one of these before. Okay, let's see what this is like. I wonder what games I could play with this. Oh, it's going to be so awesome. Wow, brand new. I got to show this to my friends at school. They're not going to believe me. I've never seen one. Oh, there's a warranty card. I better fill that out. Yeah, I'll get my mom to do it. Okay. Whoa, what is this? Plastic tape. Whoa. Dude. This is hella bad. Oh. Whoa, check that out. The knob free spins. That is hella bad. Okay. I'm going to use this for Final Fantasy VII. This is so sick. I'm going to hit some Tekken 2 with this. Okay, that's pretty nice. Oh, wow. This feels like an arcade. This feels like an arcade machine stick. This is really cool. So this part doesn't spin. It looks like you can spin this. Uh-oh. Whoa. You can. Holy crap. That's hella bad. Okay. I wasn't expecting that. Whoa. I was not expecting that. That's really cool. That's hella bad. Okay. Oh, you could set the... I get it. You could... Because now it feels like an arcade stick, see? Because it's totally horizontal. Oh, man. Okay, let's see. So that's the farthest it goes, and then it can rotate... What? Why does it need to go upside down? Why? So what you do is because you can rotate this upside down, what you do is you give that to one of your friends and let your friends use it. And now because the buttons are upside down, your friends are going to be confused and not know how to play properly. So this is a good controller for messing with your friends. That's fantastic. This is hella bad. Oh, man. Okay, so we do have our start and select. We have your turbo off and on for each button. Each button has its own turbo situation going on, so you can turn those off and on. This is... Oh, this is awesome. So this is called the Quick Shot Devastator. So if you head to the shops, you should be able to find this. They had a few there at the shop, so... Oh, man. Oh, my brother would love this. Oh, he'd love to use this for Street Fighter. I gotta show that to my brother. That's really cool. Okay, so, yeah, look, the PlayStation is awesome. I love the PlayStation. It's the best. Nobody's gonna make a better console than this. The graphics, 3D. They have these things called polygons now. It's hella bad. PlayStation is the best. Hey, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. I was genuinely excited. I'm not faking excitement. I love the PlayStation. I love these weird controllers. So, with my upcoming videos, I'm going to start doing reviews and videos that just share retro emulation devices. They're totally awesome. They're just hella bad. I just got 2 delivered today, and I want to share just very quickly with you. So I'm going to be doing detailed reviews on these devices because I want to help you guys figure out which ones can fit your needs. All of these devices, like this one and this one, they're all quirky and different. They all have strengths and weaknesses. Some of them are at very good price points where they give you very good value for money, and then other ones are expensive and they're not that good. So I want to do these reviews to help you pick a device that will fit your needs. So yeah, but like check this one. Like this one has, I know most of my people that are hanging out here with me at the channel and watching, commenting. Most of you guys are basically here watching for the PC Engine content, so I will feature more PC Engine. I hear you guys. I'm reading your comments. I can read them. I can see you typing right now, more PC Engine. Where's the PC Engine content? I'm getting to it. I am hearing you out. I will focus primarily on PC Engine content from now on. This is when the screen goes blank after a minute or two at the menu. This is actually a brand new model. So the absolute worst model on the market right now is called the X6. No matter what, do not buy an X6 unless it's for a joke, to give someone a piece of garbage. Sometimes you see them for like $15, $20. They are never worth it, except as a joke. Whoever makes the X6 just made the X6 Plus. The Essex. Let's just call it the Essex Plus. It sounds cooler. I don't know, it sounds like an English town. So the Essex Plus, the build quality is significantly better than that X6 original, which was trash, garbage, not good at all. The software on this is, everything about this is better, but it's still not great. And you're actually paying a fair bit of money for this, taken into account what you're getting and the competitors on the market. So there are devices that you will pay the same price, but you're getting something significantly better with way better software, way better performance, better hardware. If this one was maybe $15 cheaper than what it is, then I could recommend it. It's not the best in the world, but it's no longer the worst. So that's a plus. I kind of like these printed graphics on the analog sticks. Obviously they don't do anything. I do actually like the light is visible through the clear shell, and it's oddly enough comfortable. Now, I really dislike when the buttons are down low. Why would you? These games don't use analog sticks. These are not Call of Duty. This is not Fortnite. Why are you putting the analog sticks front and center up there? The analog sticks should be down there always, and then it's more comfortable to have the face button and the D-pad there. That being said, this is not the worst, and the reason being is that the device itself is quite wide. This is a form factor they call the Thick Daddy, and it's basically like a perfect square, right? Look how thick, look how wide that is. And because of that, you see it's actually not uncomfortable to hold. So I use the inside of my palms there. I can grip the console, so this is not bad. This is acceptable to me. This is way more comfortable than I thought it was going to be, and I can comfortably reach the shoulder buttons up there. There's a ledge here that actually supports the weight of the console a little bit as you're holding it. So this is not bad. The form factor of the Thick Daddy is not bad. This is an older model. This is maybe 2 years old now. This is the RGB20S, and this to me is cursed. This is a cursed layout for this because this is as low as the D-pad and the face buttons will ever get. And you see, the problem is there's no comfortable way to hold this console because my fingers are now interlaced. You see, you basically interlace your fingers, and if you want to have your fingers rested on the shoulder buttons, you're interlacing hard. And now I can't actually hold the console with my palms on these parts here. I can't do that because now I'm cramped. So there's no comfortable way to hold this console. And so you're basically holding it like a postage stamp, like that. And this is not comfortable. If you're going to do a quick round, like you have the Sistine Chapel going on with your fingers here as they meet at a point. This is not comfortable. I paid a fair amount of money for this about 2 years ago, 1 or 2 years ago, and I probably haven't even put in 4 hours of usage on this because it's so uncomfortable. If you see a form factor like this, just know it's not comfortable. You either do a Sistine Chapel like that, or you interlace like that, and then it feels like the device is going to fall out of your hands. That's not good. Thick Daddy is an okay form factor. That's actually all right. There are vertical, and then there's also horizontal. This one is what they call horizontal. To me, this is the most comfortable because my fingers aren't, interlacing. This is really nice. This screen is big. This is a 4-inch screen. This is comfortable. This is really fantastic. This can emulate, up to Dreamcast. I don't think this one does Sega Saturn. You need a specific, very powerful device to do Sega Saturn. It's quite difficult to emulate. So anyway, that's the stuff that I wanted to share with you. I hope you had fun with the video. I hope you had fun taking a look at these. So again, I will be making a lot of videos coming up where I just focus talking about these cool things, what's awesome about them, and then sharing whether or not they'd be good for you as a gamer. But they're awesome. I really believe every gamer should have at least one because it's just fun. You can jump into a library for a console that you didn't get to explore that much, and then you just get to find games that you've never heard of and enjoy them. So, yeah, all right. I hope you had fun. Take care, everyone. Be well. If you'd like to help the channel, if you'd like to do me a favor, don't worry about it. What you can do, it would be a massive favor to me if you would grab your phone and call your parents or a sibling. Don't text, just call them. Let your parents know you love them if you have a relationship with them, and organize to have lunch with them. Have lunch with your parents, go somewhere, grab whatever it is, Taco Bell's, you know, Olive Garden, Applebee's. Just let your parents know that you love them. If they're not around, call your siblings if you can, call a cousin. Spend time with your family, and that would be a huge help. Take care, everyone. Be well.